Hey there, it's David. We've come to the last episode on this island. You've been introduced to your superpower, the ability to want to. And you've been invited to want to commit your life to the care and control of Jesus. I've tried to present to you the significance and the importance of a personal relationship with God through faith in Jesus. I've laid out an argument for Jesus and for why God made the choice to want to save us through Jesus. I've even shared with you some stories from actual people who have committed their life to the care and control of Jesus, to serve as a testimony to a life of faith in Jesus from someone other than this company man. Lives that aren't perfect, but lives that are lived through the lens of faith and out of the perspective of a faith in Jesus. So now it's up to you. You use your superpower of want to every single day in many different ways. Now I'm inviting you to want to commit your life to the care and control of Jesus. To want to discover who you are right here, right now, and to want to be all that God has created you and gifted you to be. When you're ready, your yacht will be waiting to pick you up. But there's no rush. This is called island hopping after all, so take your time. Go back and review these episodes. Think about it. Talk to others about it. Do your own research. Invest some sweat equity into discerning if what you've heard is right and true. You can no longer claim ignorance about this whole Jesus thing. From this point forward, you must decide. Oh, and if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Let's go island hopping. I heard a podcast about the fake conspiracy theory called Birds Aren't Real. It was a satirical conspiracy theory that started in January of 2017 after seeing a pro-Trump counter-protest at the 2017 Women's March in Memphis, Tennessee. The movement claimed that birds were actually drones operated by the United States government to spy on American citizens. Here's the story they created. All birds in the United States were exterminated by the federal government between the years of 1959 and 1971, and all were replaced with look-alike drones. They claimed that the bird drones sat on power lines in order to recharge their batteries, and that the bird drones defecated on cars as a tracking method. They even went so far as to claim that John F. Kennedy was assassinated by the government because he tried to discontinue the program. In 2021, MSNBC stated that the movement had hundreds of thousands of members. In May of 2022, Peter McIndoe, the man who started this whole fake conspiracy theory, was interviewed on 60 Minutes and came clean about the hoax. He stated, "So it's taking this concept of misinformation and almost building a little safe space to come together within it and laugh at it rather than be scared by it, and accept the lunacy of it all and be a bird truther for a moment in time when everything's crazy." Why am I sharing about a fake conspiracy theory during an episode of a podcast about committing your life to the care and control of Jesus? Because of the world we live in. And my one last attempt to share with you a perspective that will help you to decide to commit your life to the care and control of Jesus. Now, you can continue to bemoan our current reality all you want, but it's still our current reality. Like it or not, it's what we've got. The fact of the matter is this. Every single person, like an unknown pastor from Florida, can spend a few bucks, produce a podcast, create a website, a Facebook account, and an Instagram account in order to share their beliefs with the entire world. And every single person can show up to a political rally carrying a sign that says anything And 24-hour news outlets will continuously scour the internet looking for stories for their programs so that they can keep viewers and continue to sell advertising. All of this makes for very fertile soil that grows all kinds of fake conspiracy theories. But here's the thing. Every fake conspiracy theory sooner or later is debunked by a cup of truth and a pinch of time. Either in the case of birds aren't real, the one who started it confesses it's fake, or time and a deeper dive into the actual facts will prove that it's fake. Yet, within this context, I want to share something with you to think about. Jesus was a real person. That can't be disputed. Jesus had 12 guys that followed him for 3 years as he walked around Judea, Galilee, and Samaria, teaching, preaching, healing, and performing miracles. Again, this fact can't be disputed. Jesus was arrested by the religious authorities of his day. Jesus was handed over and tried by Pontius Pilate. Jesus was crucified in Jerusalem during the Passover. 3 days later, Jesus was seen alive by over 500 witnesses. None of these facts can be disputed historically, for they have been confirmed by several sources both inside and outside of a faith in Jesus. One of his disciples, Judas, even betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. Yet when it was all said and done, he regretted his decision. He tried to give all the money back. He was so distraught by his betrayal of Jesus that he died of suicide. After Jesus' death and resurrection and the appointing of another to replace Judas, the disciples were given the task to go into the world and share the good news of Jesus with everyone. They spent the rest of their lives talking to anyone, anywhere, anytime about the truth of Jesus. Every single one of these disciples was killed for their faith in Jesus. Again, a historical fact that can't be disputed. This is where the whole fake conspiracy theory thing comes in. Birds aren't real was a fake conspiracy theory that didn't cause anyone to die. Yet many people clung to it and actually showed up to protest because of it. Many others simply went along with it because they got the joke and they enjoyed the political commentary on today's world that it shared. And yet, it was confessed to be fake on national television by the man who started it after only 5 years. Don't you think that if Jesus wasn't real, if Jesus was just a great guy who was very convincing, if Jesus was a fake conspiracy theory, that one of the 12 would have fessed up? Even if all they were doing is telling a lie in order to save their lives. Don't you think that someone in the know would have come forward when personal harm and death was put on the table? That someone would have come forward when their very life and the lives of those they loved were on the line? Yet, all 12 disciples and countless others who the disciples taught died holding to the truth that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, their Lord and Savior. All 12 committed their lives to the care and control of Jesus, and they never looked back, even when they were facing imminent death. If nothing else that has been shared on this island causes you to pause and wonder if, my prayer is that this fact would do it. For what are you willing to die for today? What does that tell you about what someone believes if they're willing to lay down their life as opposed to deny it? Fake conspiracy theories will always be debunked. Yet, Jesus is no fake conspiracy theory. Thousands of years of history prove it. Millions of lives that have refused to deny Jesus in the face of death prove it. My prayer is that in the light of this truth, you will at least consider it. That you will consider committing your life to the care and control of Jesus. is in the harbor, waiting for you. There's no rush. If you still haven't decided about this whole Jesus thing, stay right here and continue your journey. This isn't a race to be won or a course to be completed. This is about your life to be lived. This is about your journey to be. And your journey is just that, your journey. I do want to be honest with you about one thing. From this point forward on island hopping, I'm going to assume, I know that I'm not supposed to assume for very obvious reasons, that you've made the choice to commit your life to the care and control of Jesus. From this point forward, it won't be about if you will believe. It will be about who you will be because you believe. If that's not where you are, no worries. Simply stay on this island for as long as you need. If you don't even know what I'm talking about because this is the first time you've listened to island hopping, then go back to Season 1, Episode 1, The Rules, and start your very own journey to be. When you're ready, your yacht will transport you to the next island. I will be real with myself, my God, and others. I will surrender my secrets and take off my masks. And the hard work of transformation will begin, and work it will be. We're talking about getting real, meaning being honest with yourself and with others in your life. We're talking about tackling topics that maybe have been buried in your life for a very long time. We're talking about topics that you might not even realize are topics at this point in your life. Whatever the case may be, we'll walk through it together. Now, don't forget that just because you've already lived on the previous 3 islands, that in no way means that you won't be back. For something in your life, some experience, some lesson, some struggle will force you to re-examine who you are. Will force you to ask questions that maybe you've never asked. To wrestle with things that you've never wrestled with before. That's why on every island you build a hut, hang a hammock between 2 palm trees, and you cut a path to the top of the hill in order to watch the sunrise and the sunset. Yet when you leave each island, you don't take your hut, your hammock, and your path. You leave everything behind so that when you have to, and you will have to, live on an island again, you aren't starting from scratch. You're simply picking up where you left off. So, until next time, I pray that you're blessed in your journey to be. I pray that you're open to committing your life to the care and control of Jesus and all that that means, and that you're open to learning and growing. I know I usually have a member of my family or a friend do this little tag thing at the end, but some things have changed since I recorded all of those outros. So until I find the time and the opportunity to record some new tags, you're stuck with me. So here it goes. Island Hopping is a production of Journey to Be Ministries and is sponsored by Beneva Christian Church. You can find Beneva Christian on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now this one is one of those new things, the Beneva Christian Church app. You can also connect with Beneva Christian through their website, benevachristian.com. Oh, here's another new thing. I would love to hear about your journey. You can text me by clicking on the link in the show notes, or, just like before, you can email me at islandhoppingpodcast@gmail.com.